Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. Today, we are going to present to you about performance and challenge of global Islamic capital market.
The introduction of this topic is about the capital market. The capital market play a crucial role in the Islamic financial system due to Islamic prohibition of interest and encouragement of trade. Bank, which often intermediate between several and entrepreneur rely on financial market for financing their clients. The global expansion of Sharia compliance assets, including Islamic banking, sukuk, Islamic fund, and equities, has led to a notable sugar in the Islamic capital market. The study explores the performance and challenge of the global Islamic capital market, focusing on investment vehicles like mutual fund that command investor capital to buy securities such as stock, bond, and other.
Okay, now we start with India. Okay, in India, there is Islamic mutual fund that play a role as investment vehicle. This Islamic fund is funded by the shareholder to be traded. Collective fund was professionally managed by professionals, AMC, which is asset management companies. Okay, there is one unit trust of India, or we call it as UTI. It is a public sector enterprise as a financial intermediaries between the investor. And this is the only organization that has diversified open-ended and closed-ended the scheme. According to AMC, the Islamic mutual fund is the safest place to investor, especially small investor, to trade because the funded was professionally managed by them and the risk is lower than other investment. There are some articles that do the research about the performance of the three companies of Islamic funds in India. We have Tata Ethical Fund, second Taurus Ethical Fund, and the third Nippon India ETF Sharia funds. Indicators to determine their performance is using Sharpe ratio, Trainer ratio, Jensen ratio, Fortino ratio, and also beta. Result and findings, the Nippon India ETF has the highest number of ratio compared to others too. For example, Nippon India has 0.266 ratio on Sharpe ratio and has the highest also in Trainer ratio, which is 0.122. So it indicates that among the three companies that offer Islamic mutual funds in India, Nippon India ETF has performed well, however, has the lowest number of beta. It indicates that the Nippon India has the lowest risk in the Islamic mutual financial.
Hi, my name is Sarana Afrina binti Sanusi. My metric number is 1212611. This study talks about the development of the Sharia economy that supported the contribution of SMEs in Indonesia to their economic growth. In 2019 until 2024, Indonesia Sharia Economic Master Plan was introduced by the Indonesian government through the Ministry of National Development Planning or BOPENAS in 2019. The Indonesian government took this action because in the past 20 years, the Islamic economy and finance have grown at extremely rapid pace, and Indonesia has not been able to respond to this development to the best of its ability. Accordingly, Following the COVID-19 pandemic, Indonesia's economic growth has shown indications of improvement as evidenced by a rise in the market supply and demand for goods and services. The adoption of the Sharia economy, which was aided by the expansion of the halal industry and the halal production ecosystem, was one of the elements that allowed Indonesia to swiftly recover from the pandemic's economic blow. With the expansion of its halal ecosystem, Indonesia is a nation that is fast to improve and is highly resilient to pandemic strikes. SME growth, particularly that of Sharia-based SME, is the primary driver of the halal ecosystem. Meanwhile, for the next study is about the concept of Islamic banking for the Indonesian people that has been developed around since 1992. But it is still relatively new to the Indonesian populace, including the Muslim community. Given that Islamic banking is still in its infancy, it makes sense that the public's understanding of the Islamic banking system is still lacking. In the end, clients of Islamic banks continue to use Islamic banking services despite their lack of confidence in the management of the bank. On March 2, 2020, the Indonesian government declared the country's first confirmed case of COVID-19. Numerous legislative reactions have been adopted by Bank Indonesia to shield the country's economy from the damaging effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition, Bank Indonesia continuously maintained the value of the rupiah to align with the fundamentals of the market and the economy. There are three interventions were used to achieve this, which is first, involvement in the secondary market for government securities, second, domestic non-deliverable forwards, and third, spot market transactions.
The next one is analysis of the development of the Islamic market in Kazakhstan. With the backing of the government and a sizable Muslim populace, Kazakhstan Islamic finance is quickly becoming a significant participant on the international scene. Kazakhstan is a country with 70% Muslim population on a thriving Islamic finance industry. The country has passed over 20 laws specifically pertaining to Islamic banking, and in 2020, it issued its first sovereign sukuk. Nevertheless, there are still issues. Just 25% of people are aware of its guiding principles, and its 1.3% market share indicate a lack of product possibilities. Kazakhstan must broaden its product offerings, simplify laws, raise public awareness, develop talent, and provide fair conditions for both Islamic and traditional banking to reach its full potential. So by seeing this potential, the government has aggressively supported the industry by enacting new laws, establishing the International Center for Islamic Banking and Finance, and putting in place specialized regulations. With Islamic Bank and Windows providing a variety of products, including sukuk, murabaha, musyarakah, and expanded Islamic financial ecosystem is blossoming in Kazakhstan. These tools support economic diversity, which is essential to Kazakhstan's growth plan, in addition to ethical investing and financial inclusion. So lastly, Kazakhstan can turn its Islamic finance industry from a promising seedling into a thriving oasis with sustained efforts and firm government support, drawing in foreign investors and securing its place as the region's preeminent hub for Sharia-compliant financial service in the world.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The first article that I researched was Analysis of Islamic Capital Market and Challenges, a case study of Pakistan. So, the information of the article is about the Islamic Capital Market, ICM, in Pakistan has experienced significant growth over the past 8 years, with Islamic banks experience more growth than the ICM. Particularly in the equity market, this is primarily due to the limited growth in the ICM's equity markets is attributes to the absence of a fully functional Sharia-based brokerage house on the Pakistan Stock Exchange (PSX) and companies reluctance to list. Next, this slide shows an important point that is emphasized, but let me explain it briefly. The Islamic Capital Market (ICM) is crucial for its economic development by offering Sharia-compliant investment options, reducing reliance on traditional financing methods. However, challenges like public ignorance, limited equities activities, and the absence of a fully functional Sharia-focused brokerage firm hinder its growth. To ensure sustainable growth, recommendation include addressing regulatory issues, fostering product innovation, providing tax incentive, and promoting collaboration between markets actors and regulators. These efforts aims to foster sustainable growth in Pakistan. Next, the second article that I researched was Sharia issues in Islamic capital market of Pakistan, a case study of Sukuk. Sukuk, integral for long-term capital in economic expansions, faces challenges like incomplete ownership transfers, guaranteed by related parties, and late payments penalties. Non-compliance issues debate over Sukuk structures and the choice between asset-based and asset-based. Sukuk highlight the need to address Sharia concerns for sustained growth in Pakistan's Islamic capital market. Actually, there are many other challenges, but I summarize them to some extent to Sukuk structures in Pakistan's Islamic capital market face challenges such as incomplete ownership transfers, guarantees by related parties, purchase commitments in equities-based framework, late payments penalties, non-compliance issue, and the asset space with asset-based debate. These issues raise concerns about transparency, Sharia compliance, and the authenticity of Sukuk transaction. Addressing these challenges is crucial for fostering the growth and credibility of Islamic capital market and ensuring Sharia compliance.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So my name is Hanafina binti Umami. My matric number 1212619. So my topic is prospect of Islamic capital market in Uzbekistan, issue and challenge. For the introduction of the article, the government of Uzbekistan have flashed 5 years, which is development strategy in 2017, with the goal to liberalize the country economy. It should be clear that government is to review to support Islamic financial sector, and Uzbekistan is the Commonwealth of the independent states, and also another region to counterpart have experience with the Islamic financial negotiation, which is like Sukuk and Islamic Investment Index. So first, their challenge, which is low financing literacy because of the lack of familiarity with the capital market and Islamic finance among the Uzbek people, and could prevent the demand for the uptake of Islamic capital market product. So their daily life are impacted by the financial literacy. So financial literacy is the cornerstone of individual decision making a process, and therefore a vital component for sustainability economic growth. This is by Brian 213. Next, our second challenge, which is lack of legal and regulatory framework. So investment funds, Islamic Index and Sukuk, there are only a few examples of the Islamic capital that product are not supported by Uzbekistan station legislation framework. Last challenge that happened in this article, which is absence of Sharia advisor board. Uzbekistan lack a reliable partially organization that can confirm that Islamic capital market is comply with the Sharia compliance. The community of religion is Uzbekistan is not equipped with the knowledge of the power to serve as a Sharia advisor to the Uzbek people. My second article, which is the topic, is establish of Islamic capital market in jurisdiction with limited Islamic finance service case study of Malvis. The introduction of this article is about Islamic capital in Malvis, that with small nation with limited Islamic financing service is providing guidelines for other justification. I mean, the established trust market. So the government of Malvis is aimed to a hub of Islamic finance in the South Asia region. So the challenge in what happened in the Maldives, first, the awareness about Islamic capital market. The industry players do not have a knowledge and understanding of Islamic capital market opportunity. It is because important to familiarize with the industry, because we want to know what the functioning of Islamic capital market. Second challenge, which is limited number of capital market participate. Because of this Maldives is a small nation, they only have 8 firms are listed of the share issue now, and they have 2 more are listed of the Maldives stock exchange for a debt offering. For next is challenge, which is the absence of liquidity in the secondary market. The Maldives secondary capital market is not very liquid. They have been a suku buying or shilling action in the secondary market up to this point. Suku they improve by combination of the CMDA according to a proposed suku structure must be including application of the suku listed. So last, for the challenge in Maldives, absence of institutive and legal inhibitions of the growth Islamic finance. Because of the obstacle to the expansion of Islamic finance include the authority or incentive and regulation limitation, two major absence of the rules government special purpose entity SPV and double taxation and transaction happen in Maldives.
Okay, now I want to give a challenge in the Malaysian is about the Islamic financing system. Okay, one of the point I want to share about the critical review on issue and challenge of Malaysian Islamic financial system. Firstly is bank adane in sukuk. That's mean that sell in Islamic bonds means sukuk known as bank adane. Capital market trending of sukuk involves the selling of debt to non-debitor or third parties for cash or delays payment. And then after that, modern researchers debaters, that's point number 1 is contemporary researchers including Aziz and Abdullah debate the acceptability of Dain Bank. Osman opposite selling debt to non-debated, citing concern of riba alfat and riba nasiah in such transaction. Okay, now I want to give about the Malaysian Islamic financial market. Okay, firstly is about the inflation and interest rate impact. That is because rising inflation and interest rate effect but Islamic and conventional market similarly. And challenges for borrowers include highest floating rate on loan and increased risk of default on sukuk with highest compounds. Opportunities for investor and savers arise with higher deposit rate and appealing compounds on such as product. The point number 2 is about the market dynamic and OPR. MG1 rise due to the increase in the overnight policy rate. That's mean OPR. Regular issuance of Islamic bond by entities but like Dana Infra Prasarana, Selangor, and each other. Then that side increased funding costs and dip of the MYR bond market lost issue with greater financing requirement to access it. Stabilization in bond demand as EPF withdrawal plans and highest rate address domestic and international institutional investor. Number 3 is intimidation challenge. Limited liquiding in the Islamic FX swaps market and insufficient depth in the Islamic repo market. Explore alternative like CCM, SBBA or bond issues for Islamic banks funding. Encourage retail funding under Islamic banking and greater investment from IFS. MG11 put okay. Now I want to go the point number 4. That's mean MG11 post pandemic. That is rebound interest in MG11 action with average bid to cover ratio of 2.49 as YOY and institutional investor favor MG11S especially long and ones for their split and this free profile.
Next, we are going to explain about recommendation method to deal with the challenge.
So I will explain about the recommendation to solve the challenge what happened in Uzbekistan and Maldives. So first is about Sharia governance structure. Sharia supervisor of bodies must be established because of restoring a Sharia compliance according to national standard to offer a role at financing and investment system operation particularly in Muslim nation especially for this country. So second recommendation, which is the education and awareness. So raise a public about the regulatory and investor knowledge and understanding Islamic finance, which is this include educating the people about Islamic finance product and their advantage, as well as providing training for financing professional. So really it can solve the challenge that happen in this country.
Next, post article I got about Pakistan. So I just take one important point from each article, where the first article is reduce capital gains tax CGT rates for Sharia compliant stock, which is advocate for implement reduced CGT rates specifically for Sharia compliant stock within the Islamic capital market ICM. This initiative aims to incentivize investment in Sharia compliant financial instruments, fostering market growth and aligning with the principle of Islamic finance. And the second article is promotes industry collaborations and education, which is foster collaborations among Sukuk institutions, regulatory bodies, and Sharia scholars to develop industry-wide best practice. Simultaneously launch educational initiative to increase awareness and understanding of Sharia principle in Sukuk structures, promoting a culture of compliance and ethical financial practices.
Lastly is conclusion. The market for new investment instruments, conventional and ethically screened, have grown quickly for these past few years. Next, Islamic Index entered the global capital market scene to remove stock included in conventional index. These new index have been crafted by global index providers in slightly different ways to accommodate varying expectations. Different countries face different challenges and approach. And last but not least, a proactive approach may result in sustained and ethical of financial growth. That's all from us. Thank you so much.